So now that we have talked about the client-based systems, let's move on to the next big evolution, that is server-based systems, which are also called as client-server or multi-tier systems. So unlike client-only systems, here we need a network connection because clients and servers must talk to each other. This is the model we commonly see in web applications. For example, when you open your web browser and visit a website, you are actually engaging in a client-server interaction. So typically, server-based systems follow a multi-tier architecture. At the front, you will be having the client like a browser. Then you have a web server such as Apache, which handles the web requests. And behind that, there's usually an application server like PHP or Java that contains the business logic. And finally, at the back, you have the database server like PostgreSQL, where all the data is stored. Now, some environments may simplify this just into two tiers where the client talks directly to a server, but in modern cases, especially web applications, you will see multiple tiers working together. Now, from security point of view, every tier should authenticate its connections and enforce strict boundaries because if attackers can bypass authentication at one tier, they may pivot deeper into the system. And if we look at vulnerabilities, then vulnerabilities here are broader than in client systems because server-based network architectures, or sorry, server-based system architectures, they will often suffer from vulnerabilities such as unrestricted network traffic, weak authentication, unpatched software, lack of encryption, inadequate backups, and insufficient logging. So while the client server model enables far more powerful applications than standalone clients, it also greatly expands the attack surface. That's why each tier individually, securing each tier individually and securing the communication between the tiers becomes very important. It becomes absolutely critical. Otherwise, you will have you can easily have the whole system compromised. And the bigger the system, the more costly it is, the more complex it is, and the bigger tasks it is handling. So yeah, that's all on this slide then. See you in the next one.